this is not a spring chick. We're at the Bellagio Hotel, and every year out in the party area, well, actually several times a year, they change it up all sorts of times. And of course, we're here in Las Vegas for the NAB show, but you might enjoy this too. I know, we were playing over here.
Yeah, trying to get me lit up.
Of course, we're actually we're trying to see how far this will actually go. It's actually pretty good. And Obama plans to take back and rescind the Bush tax cuts and raise taxes to pay for his programs?
He doesn't understand that people are wanting him to stop spending money, not raise taxes. They just got the tax cuts extended 2 months ago, and he wants Congress to kill him now, but only for those people making too much money, and he will decide how much is too much money. Isn't that amazing?
And of course, we are here at the NAB show here in Las Vegas, so what are you getting to look at? Yeah, this is inside the hotel room.
This is inside the hotel room because actually we're not permitted to do any taping over at the NAB anymore. Because for God's sake, you don't want anybody to see anything that's going on in a broadcasting show.
I know. Isn't that the funniest thing? You're at a broadcasting show, they don't want anybody to broadcast.
Yeah, but we can guarantee you, we got some figures. We were at the convention. We've been out there for 3 days. We know how many people are there. We know how many press were allowed to come. And believe me, that is not what they're telling people.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the big things we did find about 3D, because as you know, we cover it all the time, is 3D, well, between James Cameron and everybody else, they're trying to make 3D commonplace, so it's a given standard. But we already know what's in the pipeline, don't we?
Well, yeah, there's a system in the pipeline that's basically going to be so good that you don't need 3D because it's just that so basically they don't have the means of broadcasting it now on the television if it was to show it on, but when it's done you don't need glasses or anything because we'll show it that way anyway. So
it's all a bandwidth issue, isn't it?
Bandwidth.
Yeah. And Samsung Electronics suffers fall in first quarter earnings.
Oh yeah, we know that Samsung basically they had a bad CES. They've had a bad everything lately, so and they're sort of in a war with Sony, as we find out, and they're spending money they don't have. So.
And new battles in Libya as France and Britain urge stronger NATO role.
Well, yeah. What happened is that the worst that could possibly happen is there's going to be a stalemate, and a stalemate means Obama has to get involved more. And when that happens, you don't think that Democrats, Republicans, both are going to get pissed off like you can't believe?
And new fresh water in the Arctic could shift the Gulf Stream. Not
really. There's not enough. Okay, the stuff melts all the time, and for some god-awful reason, they think that if the icebergs melt, which have a lot of salt in them, what's going to happen? It's going to bring so much fresh water into the Arctic that the Gulf Stream will shift as a result. Well, it never has, never will, and can't be done.
And yeah, and Obama jumps into debt reduction debate, and he'll to get a preview.
Oh yeah, everybody knows it. His idea is, well, we're going to take back everything that I gave you over the past 2 years. We're going to put, you're going to, the senior citizens are going to have to jump on the Obamacare program under a single payer, and that all small businesses are going to be put out of business so that he can pay for their spending. And it doesn't cover his spending, which is the funny part about it.
Oh, really?
No. He said the taxes are being used so that he can increase spending, not cut spending.
Oh!
He said it's all smoke and mirrors. He said his cuts do not exist, but the tax raises will.
And GOP 2012 budget to make a $6 trillion plus in cuts.
Yeah, they said it will never happen because the Democrats control the Senate. The Democrats will not allow any cuts to be made in their social program. Actually, no, Obama plans to cut the military budget while he's in the middle of 3 wars, which is funny.
And Trump surprises a new poll of GOP White House hopefuls.
Yeah, because they don't like any of the Republicans running for office. I mean, I heard people. I heard Michael Reagan say that if Michael Reagan said, if I couldn't beat a man that's going to raise all your taxes, I might as well crawl into a hole and cover myself up because but the Republican candidates are so atrocious that they can't run anybody that can beat Obama and he's going to raise your taxes.
And company planning biggest rocket since man on the moon.
Yeah, and I know something that those people don't know, which which is a felony for anyone to have a guided missile in the United States. You cannot create a missile that would go to the moon because it's a guided missile, therefore illegal to build.
Oh.
So you can't have it. We cannot have an independent space program in the United States because of that minor little law of guided missiles are not allowed.
Yeah, minor little law.
Yeah.
Yeah, recession spurs web drifters and entrepreneurs to create jobs.
Well, no, I think they didn't. I think it's a mispronunciation. I think it's web grifters.
Web what?
Grifters. Those are people that basically prey upon other people. And if they're preying upon other people in order to make it look like they're creating jobs on the internet for people, there are no jobs on the internet unless you've got a computer background.
Lithium batteries on crashed UPS plane.
Yeah, a plane that crashed the other day, last week, they discovered there was no warning on the plane that lithium batteries were on board it. But what happens is, if there's a fire in the area, a lithium battery can explode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if there's enough of them, you got a small bomb in the back, which is why the Obama administration wants to ban lithium batteries going anywhere on an American plane, which therefore means, I love that you can't go anywhere on vacation and shoot pictures anymore because Obama doesn't approve of it.
Oh, because all the cameras are using lithium batteries.
Use lithium batteries, and you can't take your computers with you anymore. Because why?
They're lithium-ion batteries.
You can't take your cell phones with you anymore because why?
Are you serious?
He wants to ban all lithium batteries on. He's doing this for the safety of people. Yeah, and basically what it means that you have no communication out in the United States. There's no reason to go on a vacation because you can't take pictures, can't call anybody, and can't use a computer. Other than that, there's no problem.
Caltrain to erase 12 trains, close 3 stations, raise fares, but avoid most drastic cuts.
Oh yeah, I can guarantee you the Culver City Caltrain, the Metro Link, have basically come to a dead halt. It was supposed to have been done in the fall of 2010. They're not even working on the thing anymore. So that's one of the things. After they killed all of the buses that were in the area, they're now not going to open up the train because they don't have any money to pay for it.
And they already killed the bus schedule.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And former Miss Russia accused of stealing drugs in New York.
Yeah, because they didn't pay any attention. Remember, they're Russians, which means they got protection under Obama's government. Accused is one thing. Convicting is another under Obama.
Japan nuclear plant plugs highly radioactive leak.
Now the problem is with just one leak in the whole. Okay, I would have simply basically totaled the plant the week that happened. Instead, they're actually trying to get 2 of the reactors online.
They are?
They're trying to get 2 of the 5 reactors online. The place is all radioactive as heck. There's a 12-mile dead zone around it, and they're trying to restart because the Japanese government, people in Japan, do not have any alternate source. They can't fuel up coal. They can't fuel up diesel, and they don't have the plants built, so they need the reactors online.
Obama presses Congress to avoid shutdown.
That's people say, well, wasn't that last week? No, it looks like the Democrats aren't going to approve the shutdown measure in the Senate because those $39 billion cuts out of a $3 trillion budget are draconian.
Oh, really?
Well, they're not going to approve anything, and there's no money actually being cut. None. That's just all smoke and mirrors. But they look like they're cutting stuff. Their money. What they're doing is they're not going to spend. Obama planned $41 billion in new spending, so they're not going to spend $39 billion of it.
What?
So look, that's a cut in. If you're
yeah.
If you wanted $41 billion in new spending, they don't spend $39 billion of it. That's a $39 billion cut.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
That you can get elected in this country by telling people that you're going to raise the taxes on small businesses during a recession when they're not barely surviving, that you either are extremely well liked or you know the election is in a bag.